Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namah Om Vishnupadaya. Go and take question. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, श्री राधा शरद बिहारी, राधा शरद बिहारी की, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, आप सब भक्तों की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषः शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So very happy to be here at the home of Prema Sindhu Prabhu. It's a pleasant surprise for me to get darshan of Madhvacharya Prabhu and Kunti Mataji here, very great souls, whom His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj always very much adores them, glorifies them. Maharaj says when he sees them, he immediately remembers His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, because they are very intimate, very dear disciples, and they are also taking care of Maharaj's center, IFAS center there. So thank you, Prabhu, for bringing them. It's very nice to meet them here. So one question was asked to me about in this world when we suffer, even though we are devotees, we also suffer in this world, and what is the Lord's purpose of putting us in suffering in this world? Now there has to be some meaning behind it. Sometimes we may get even frustrated also, correct, no? So let us meditate on one verse from the Bhagavad Gita. It says, Karya Karana Kartrutve Hetu Prakritiruchyate Purusha Sukha Dukkhana Bhoktrutve Heturuchyate. Very, very amazing, interesting verse, very scientifically it explains the cause and effect in this world. So I will tell you the meaning briefly. Karya Karana Kartrutve Hetu Prakritiruchyate. Meaning, in this world, if you do certain actions, the material nature is so designed that it will give you pleasure or pain based on what type of action you perform. For example, somebody smokes a cigarette, they get lung cancer. Somebody drinks liquor, they get liver cirrhosis. Somebody has illicit connections, they get sexually transmitted diseases. Somebody chews tobacco, they get ulcers in the mouth. So these are all painful reactions to certain actions. On the other hand, if somebody is doing pranayam, or somebody is doing meditation, or somebody is doing chanting, or somebody is doing yoga, yogasanas, or Surya Namaskar and things like that, then you find them becoming very healthy. You see that they become more healthy. Sometimes such people, even though they may be 70, 80 years old, they look like very young people. How many of you observe? Correct, no? That means the material nature is so designed that when we do certain actions, we get punishments. When we do other actions, you get rewards. And why is it kept like this in this nature? Because the punishments are not in one sense punishments at all. They are an indicator to tell you that you are going in the wrong direction. Don't go further. Just like in homes, they have a smoke detector, As soon as there is some spark of fire somewhere, it starts making sound. That is just an indicator to help you save yourself from fire accidents. Correct, no? In the same manner, in this world also, there are some signal systems kept. oh, you're smoking, don't smoke. It will make you suffer more. So in the beginning itself, you are blocked from such actions, smoking, drinking, drugs and all those things. So the sufferings are not caused by God. The sufferings are caused by material nature in response to our actions, it is said. So God is actually far above material nature. He doesn't take part in this good karma, bad karma and the subsequent reactions. He doesn't take part in this. He is far above. Just like, for example, if I throw a stone and keep quiet, stone will come and hit my head. Then I say, what is this? Why stone is hitting me? You may be surprised. Don't be surprised because you only threw the stone and you are only getting the... So for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. For example, let me tell you a scientific example. You know, when man invented motor cars, that is emanating carbon monoxide. And that is going and breaking the ozonosphere. You know, God has put an ozonosphere. You know, the ozonosphere around the earth is very protective layer. He is so kind, Krishna is so kind when He created this world. He has arranged for your protection from the ultraviolet radiation coming from the sun. So when the ozonosphere is like a covering over the earth, it prevents UV radiation from coming in. But when man made the motor cars, the carbon monoxide goes and makes holes in the, it's called as ozone layer depletion. When it makes holes, then that gives way for the UV radiation to come inside. And then nowadays many people are getting a lot of diseases, skin diseases. In fact, when UV radiation comes through the sun, it can also cause skin cancer also, or skin cancer. Now people are yelling and shouting, what is this, the sun is causing cancer and everything. Actually, God already gave you a protection, you removed the protective layer by carbon monoxide. That's why I gave you the example of throwing a stone. You throw the stone hits you, you throw carbon monoxide and deplete the ozonosphere, then therefore you are getting UV radiation due to which we suffer. So should God be blamed or we should be blamed? Yeah. You don't know? Yeah? Who should be blamed for this? Did God give you the suffering or you are inviting suffering? We are inviting suffering by our actions. So these are very simple actions we can see. You see, nowadays the city life is becoming so messy. It is said, man is enjoying luxuries at the cost of necessities. Now can any of you tell me what are the necessities of life? Food, shelter, breathing pure air, drinking pure water, necessities of life. But these are being compromised for the sake of having luxuries. Correct, no? So, like for example, they are cutting down the Amazon forest and then saying that the oxygen is not sufficient. You cut millions of trees and then you convert that trees into paper and print cinema magazines in the paper and watch those dirty pictures and go to hell. And then say that we don't have sufficient air to breathe. We don't have sufficient oxygen. So who should be blamed? Should we be blamed for that act or the God should be blamed? Think about it. Like if you see, there was California fires, you all know. Yes. Similarly, you know, you also hear about tsunamis, you hear about New Orleans, what do you call that? New Orleans floods, or California fires, recently we heard. Similarly, Myanmar. You saw Myanmar, big, skyscraper buildings were collapsing like a pack of cards. Any of you saw those videos? Yes. Myanmar videos, you saw the earthquakes, 7.7, which was turning down all the tall. So now why are these things happening? According to Shastra, it says that there are two major sinful activities happening in this world. Killing of babies in the womb called abortion, and killing of millions of cows. So at every second they say so many are being killed. So Prabhupada also in his times talked about it in his purports. And modern man, almost 90-95% of the world population is meat eaters. So after mass killing of animals, there is a BIS theory and Einstein's pain wave theory called EPW. Both these theories say the same thing, that where the animals are killed in large numbers, they scream loudly, and the screaming makes the earth's crust very vulnerable for earthquake. And scientists have found out wherever there have been big animal killing happening, in the neighborhood earthquakes have come. They have made a project, PhD thesis on that. So it has a direct connection. So we kill animals in millions. Thank you. We kill them in millions, and then naturally such terrible earthquakes and such terrible accidents which swallow many human beings. It happens like that. So that is what is said in the first line. Karya karana kartrutve hetu prakriti uchyate. It says. That means Prakriti is the cause of the sufferings given to the jiva or the pleasure also. Pleasure and pain. Because you do this, you get this. You do that, you get this. This kind of system is kept. Like I told you, you do pranayam, you do asanas, you do chanting, you have beneficial effects kept. You eat vegetarian food offered to Krishna, it has one type of effect. You eat non-vegetarian food, by killing animals, you get karmic reactions. Correct? No? So, the Prakriti knows exactly what result to give for a person engaging in what act. That is first line. Second line says, Purusha sukha dukkhanam bhoktatve heturuchyate. A jiva who suffers pleasure and pain, he himself is the cause of that pleasure and pain, he says. Because some jivas are enjoying pleasure, some are undergoing suffering. So who is the cause of that? He himself is the cause of that. And why he is the cause? Because for every action there is a reaction. You do good action, you have good reaction. For example, you see some people are handsome and they have good education. They also have well-to-do families they are born, isn't it? Some of them actually become very meritorious and they receive prizes and accolades and everything. They have a healthy body and they can eat well, sleep well. They lead a very happy life, you can see that. So, that type of situation is due to punya, correct, no? Similarly, somebody has done sinful activities in the past, then they suffer, they are born in a slum or something, they don't get food to eat and they have diseases, they have no education and they suffer from some, legal implications. Sometimes they undergo accidents on the road or anywhere. So, in this way you find these are all bad destiny coming. So, for good actions, there is good results. For bad actions, there are bad results. So, which type of action we should do? Good action. No. That's why I asked this question. Because if you do good action, you have to be born again. And if you are born again you have to become old, you have to get disease, you have to die. Now, for good actions, you have to come to reap the good actions. For the bad actions, you have to come to reap the bad actions. Then what actions should we do?
Beyond good and bad.
Beyond good and bad. And that's what Lord Krishna is teaching in the Bhagavad Gita, that you don't belong to this world, you belong to another world, spiritual world. There all actions are spiritual actions. So, this is the art of smart work taught in the Bhagavad Gita. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Once upon a time, some 40-50 monkeys were always going in group to one place to another in a forest. The leader monkey used to lead them and tell them what to do, and then they all would follow. So in one particular forest, they were all very thirsty, very hungry, and they were looking for water, and they found a large lake. And all the monkeys were running to drink water. And then the leader monkey said, wait, be careful. Before you drink the water, if there is any enemy, you should take care. So then they all stayed behind. So this monkey went ahead, and then he saw on the bank of the pond, bank of the lake, there were big footprints. So then he told, I think there is some ogre in the water. Ogre means like a yaksha kind of person. Ogre in the water. Because the footprints are here. So all of you stay behind. Just let us wait and watch. So half an hour they waited. And monkeys are becoming desperate. Water is right here, why can't we drink? We said, wait. Let us wait, he said. They all waited. After half an hour, the ogre came out of the water and said, you monkeys, it's a hot sunny day and there is so much of pleasant pure waters here. Why don't you all come and drink the water? Enjoy this lake, like that he said. And immediately leader monkey said, see, I told you, somebody is inside the water. This fellow is inviting all of us, and when you put your hands to drink the water, by cupping the hands, he will catch you by the neck and he will drag you into water and eat you up. So he said, we cannot drink water in this. Let us go away. Then the ogre asked, hey, you foolish guys, if you all go away, how will you drink water then? He said, we have another technique to drink water, he said. So they all went away. Then the monkey leader told them, all of you go to the fields and pluck this long reeds, they call it. You know reed? Reeds are like tubular grasses. Like a long, very, very tall, almost like from here to the ceiling, very tall grasses. So everybody told them, all of you pick up one reed. So they all picked up and he made them climb the trees around the lake. From there they put the tube, like that they drank the water. Everybody. Now they could drink the water without getting caught by the ogre. Correct, no? So this is the idea of the leader monkey. Now the monkeys have to drink water, but they should not be caught by the ogre. Similarly, all of us in this world, we want to do actions, but we should not get entangled in suffering. Correct, no? So how to do that? Yajñārtāt karmanaha anyatra loko yam karma bandhanaha, he says. Act for the pleasure of Krishna, otherwise you will become entangled, he says. So how to do that? The monkeys, they drank water but didn't get entangled. Correct, no? By the ogre. So one has to think how we can successfully do that. Let me give you an example. One Indian boy was always thinking, my parents are controlling me very much. If I go to America, I'll be a free bird. He thought like that. So when he finished his education, he was a very obedient boy, respectful to parents, but he wanted a little more freedom. So when he was coming to America, as soon as he landed in America, he thought, now I will do a job, I will roam around America, I will enjoy life, eat, drink and be merry, he was thinking. But then the father had sent a message saying that, my dear son, I came to know that you are getting $5,000 per month. So keep $1,000 with you, $4,000 you send me back, he said. So the son was really wild. He thought my parents are micromanaging me in India. After coming here also they are micromanaging me. Why are they taking the money back? Like that he was thinking. So the son passed 5 years, every month sending $4,000 back to father. After 5 years, his father told him that now you come back to India, get married and settle, and we have seen a girl for you, everything they said. Now on the day of marriage, the father gave him a checkbook, and the checkbook had how much money? $4,000 multiplied by 12 into 5. Penny to penny, whatever he took from the son, he gave it all back. The son was taken by surprise. What is this, father? I was very upset with you that you are taking away my money. Now you are giving everything back, penny to penny. What is the reason? Father said, you see, when you went to America, you are unmarried, and if you have too much money, you are going to squander the wealth. You may smoke, drink, drugs, you may roam with some woman, you may ruin your character and life. Therefore, I took away the money. Now that you have come back to India and you got married, your wife will be a policeman for you. So now I can give you back the money. She will take care of you. So then the father gave back the money. Then the son understood, father is not selfish for demanding my money. He ultimately wants to see me happy and lead a proper life. He understood that. So he lost his anger for the father. Similarly, Krishna says, Karmanneva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. He says, you do your work, results you give it to me. Why? If I leave the results with you, you will hurt yourself. Therefore, result you give it to me, he says. So, ultimately, Krishna, what will he do with our results? It's nothing great for him. See, if you add one glass of water to Ganga, which is fastly flowing, are you going to do any big benefit to Ganga? No. If you take one glass of Ganga water and take it away, will Ganga cry that you have taken away water? How great is Ganga? What we are giving or taking, it is hardly anything for Ganga. Similarly, nobody can loot anything from the Lord, or nobody can add anything to the Lord. The Lord owns everything ultimately. But by giving to the Lord, who stands to gain? We stand to gain. That is told by Prahlad Maharaj. Naivatmana prabharayam nijalabha purno manam janada vidushat karuno vrinite Yadyajjano bhagavate vidadhitamanam tachatmane pratimukasya yatha mukashri. Prahlad is giving a nice example. He says, when you look in the mirror and put a bindi here, and the image also gets the bindi. If you put a earring here, that also gets earring. If you put a nose ring, it gets nose ring. Not that you put one nose ring here, one nose ring there. Because it automatically. Similarly, we are all reflections of the Lord. When you serve the Lord, then you automatically are taken care. Like that he gives the example. So, he says that, Na evatmana prabarayam nijalapa purna. My dear Lord, you don't gain anything by our offerings. What can we offer you? You are very great. But by offering you, we stand to gain, he says. I will tell you how you stand to gain. Say in America you have a shoe shop. Like we have the Bata shop, shoe shop. Say the President of the United States comes to a city, suddenly his shoe gets torn. He looks, is there a shop nearby? Immediately they bring them to your shop. And then he is picking up a best of the shoes and he is wearing. So immediately I am sure many of you will ask your assistants to click a photo, correct? No? Or make a video or something like that. Isn't it? So when he comes to a shop and buys a shoe, how many of you will give him free of charge without charging him? You will not give? Okay, you will give, correct? Isn't it? You are the president of the country, isn't it? And after he goes, I am sure you will put a board. This is the shop which was visited by President. Then your profits are going to shoot up. Because many people say, if President came to the shop, it must be something special. So by giving him the shoe, he gained or you gained? He gained. You gained. Same manner, wherever Krishna goes, he brings auspiciousness. How many of you know, Pandavas were given one place called Kandava-prastha. When Krishna touched it, that became Indraprastha. Anywhere Krishna puts. When Krishna sat in the chariot of Arjuna, immediately Pandavas became winners. Jayastu Pandaputranam, Yesham Pakshe Janardana. And they became kings of the whole world. Wherever Krishna comes, immediately there is success. Everything flourishes. There is prosperity. So by inviting Krishna into our lives, we stand to gain. We don't lose anything. So, Karya Karana Kartrutve Hetu Prakriti Richate. For every action, there is a reaction. The reaction is given by the Prakriti. And Purusha Sukha Dukkhanam Bhoktritve Hetu Richate. And Purusha means the living entity. The living entity's pleasure and pain are because of his own actions and reactions. Which means, I'll tell you what it means. So you are walking on the road, if a policeman comes, do you have any problem? Any of you? Why we have no problem?
We didn't do anything wrong.
If you are a thief, you will have problem. See, a thief is walking on the police coming. He will take a U-turn and run away. Correct, no? Now, similarly, for every action, there is a reaction by Prakriti, and you can watch it, but you will not be entangled unless you do a wrong thing. Understand? No? So, because Prakriti is giving fruits according to the actions of the living entity. She goes on giving, plus minus, she keeps giving. And we can just be a witness in this world and be a Krishna conscious devotee. Mamevi ye prapadyante, mayam etam tarantite. You can even go beyond Maya by surrendering to Krishna and watch all the living entities get their reactions, and you will not get any reactions. It is said in Gita, if one becomes a disciple of a guru and completely devotes one's energy, time, money, everything in Lord's service, all one's karmic reactions are burned away. It is said, Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha jnanagni dagda karmanam tamahu panditam buddha. There is a verse. Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha. Only most important thing is you should not have any material motivation. When you are serving a guru, when you serve Guru with a selfless heart, and these two are examples, Madhavacharya Prabhu and Kunti Mataji. They have been serving since very early days. All their life they served faithfully. And they won the heart of their spiritual master. And they are continuing to serve also. So then such devotees, karmic reactions are all burned away, it is said. And they prepare themselves to go back to Godhead. So, in conclusion, suffering is not caused by Krishna. Suffering is caused by our actions. That's the first thing I said. Second thing, there is an automatic mechanism made in this world. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. You may do good, you get good results. You do bad, you get bad results. And Krishna says he is not responsible for anything. Nadatte kasyachit papam achaivam sukritam vibhuhu, he says. And the living entities do their action. For example, one boy got a fail mark in mathematics. Immediately he was telling his friends, I think our principal of the school is envious of me. He said, he has given me a fail mark. So his friend said, hey, who gave you fail mark? Your maths teacher has given you fail mark. And above the maths teacher, there are also head of the departments are there. And principal is far above. He has not even seen your paper. And you are saying he gave fail. So Krishna is not giving us suffering. Krishna is very far away. I mean, Krishna's relationship is more with devotees. And for material energy, he has already made a setup arrangement. In a plus minus, everything is going on like that. Now, let us come to the last point of the devotees. Now, we all are devotees now. We are becoming devotees, we are chanting. So, Krishna takes interest in us. Whether you are a neophyte devotee, whether you are an advanced devotee, Krishna has interest in all the devotees. Anybody, in fact, even if you are a mixed devotee, he is interested in you. What to speak of seriously practicing devotees? 16 rounds you are all chanting. Naturally, you are all very serious devotees. What about the devotee getting suffering? Why devotee gets suffering? So, His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj once explained that as soon as you become a devotee committing 16 rounds, 4 legs and all that, Krishna takes away your sinful reactions. But because you are not yet a pure devotee and you have not risen above anartha nivritti, He doesn't burn it. He takes it and keeps it. And as and when you little bit deviate, He keeps releasing that much. Understand? Because He uses whose karma? He uses whose karma? Our own karma only. He is not giving you new karma for you. He keeps your karma only. You may tell Krishna, see, you took it from me, better you burn it. He will say, I will burn it when? After you fully surrender to me. Till then, He will release it as much as we deviate. And what is our experience? We go in the right path, little bit we go here. And then we get some pinches. Again you go, correct, no? And that is the cause of our suffering in the conditioned stage. So, just like for example, say doctor gave you medicine. If you took the medicine, you got cured of the disease. Then you can be very healthy eating nice food. But then what happens? We take half medicine and then we give it up. Correct, no? Then again the disease repeats. Then doctor again gives bitter medicine. Correct, no? So, in the conditioned stage, in the neophyte stage, conditioned stage, our sufferings are mainly due to our non-full alignment with the Lord. That's the reason. And also when the sufferings come, the devotee always thinks that, thanks to Krishna for reminding me. Devotee never says, don't give me suffering. Devotee says, let these sufferings not make me forgetful of you. Like the devotee prays. Devotee is ready to tolerate suffering. One example I will tell you and conclude the talk. One small boy, he went with his friends to play cricket. While playing cricket, he got wounded in the knee. Then immediately he was taken to the hospital. He was bleeding. So in the hospital there was one nurse who nursed his knee and put a band-aid. And all the while he was looking at the nurse because this boy had no mother. He was an orphan. Mother had passed away. So when he looked at the nurse, whom did he remember? His mother. And because the nurse was a very good lady, very nicely very warmly, carefully she treated. Yeah. This is a nurse also? Oh, really? Amazing. She is already known for her mother. I didn't know that. Oh, is it? In a hospital?
He's a doctor.
Doctor, yeah, correct. So, the small kid felt the presence of the mother by seeing the nurse. And then he went home. So, 3 months later, again they were playing cricket. So, the small kid was telling, I wish again I get a wound. Then all the friends thought, are you crazy? Last time you got a wound, we took you to hospital. What do you want a wound again? Nobody could understand. But only the boy could understand. Anybody knows why he wanted a wound?
He wanted to see the nurse.
He wanted to experience the motherly love. Therefore he wanted it. Which means the boy was not attracted to the wound, but he was attracted to getting a chance to get that motherly affection of that nurse by getting the wound. Similarly, Kunti is telling, Vipadas santata shashvat tatra tatra jagat guru bhavato darshanam yatsyat punar bhava darshanam. Hey, my dear Lord Krishna, let the more and more sufferings come in our life, because only when sufferings come, you come in our life. Correct, no? So, the boy is getting wound is like the Pandavas getting suffering. And the boy getting the nurse's attention is like Pandavas getting whose attention? Krishna's attention. So Kunti said, Krishna is very good. Once we become kings, you want to go away. Better there be suffering and then you will be with us. So in one lecture I asked the boys, do you want suffering plus Krishna or no suffering and no Krishna? I asked. So the boys said, Prabhuji, no suffering and Krishna. I said, Father, you have to go back home, back to? Therefore prepare yourself. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So that's the beginning. Start with this chanting, follow the 4 regs and go back to Godhead. Then the third thing what the boy asked can be achieved. No suffering and Krishna. Thank you, Hare Krishna.